You're now tuned in to the latest, the newest, hottest show on YouTube. I got a story to tell. Hosted by your boy, OG Sonny Blanco. Fire interviews, worldly topics, and much more. Stay tuned. OG Sonny Blanco. I got a story to tell. You heard?
Good people. You're now tuned in. OG Sonny Blanco, I got a story to tell you, heard? So you listen. Pardon self, but you listen. We go jump into part 2, right? Part 2 of just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in and all of that, right? So you listen. Part 2. I left you with Bobby, the white boy Bobby, right? So the white boy Bobby, hold on, pardon self, let me get it right real quick. Sabam. The white boy Bobby, he got dumb track marks in his arm and all that. I ain't never been up on Bobby like that, no freaky, because we always in the club, and the club always dark and smoky, little dim lights and all of that. You know what I mean? Really, I see the tattoos, but I'm really not up and close up on him to see he got track marks and all of that, right? So anyway, listen. I'm like, yo, what's good with that? Bobby like, yo, listen, I'll be back and forth in the rehab. Like, you know what I mean? I try to keep it on the low, but like, yeah, like the dog food and the coke, especially the, you know what I mean, the speedball cocktail and all that, that's really my shit. I'm like, oh, say word, B. I ain't never known that shit. But watch me. Watch me, the asshole I am, right? I ain't even thinking about this nigga's recovery or none of that. Right? I'm like, yo, Bobby, where you got money on the books? You come? He like, yo, listen. My girl put something on my joint every Wednesday. So by the time I get here on Friday, because you can order commissary on Friday, by the time he get there, he could order up and all that. I'm like, yo, what would you be hitting for? He like, yo, she put like $250, $300 on the joint, right? Really, to me, I don't care if it's $1. Because I'm sitting in the joint right now and I can't really make no money. And I don't want this shit, you know what I mean? Like, all right, bang. So he like, yeah, so I'm like, oh, word, Bobby. Yeah, like 300. And yeah, listen. I hit him off. This nigga thought I was David Copperfield. You heard? I done pulled out. This nigga thought I was, he like, oh, he can't fuck him. He shoots straight to the, this nigga shoots straight upstairs and locks in. Bang, he locks in. Listen. Like an hour and a half go by. Nobody, right? Boom. 2 hours go by like nobody, right? Like they about to call to go to chow and all of that, like chow dinner and all that, right? I have to go upstairs and knock on Bobby. This nigga on the bed chilling. Hey, yo, this nigga on the bed chilling, right? I bang. The nigga jumping like, yo, set child. He like, yeah, all right. So he moseys on out and all of that, right? So he go to child and shit. We come back and all of that. So we sitting in like the TV room, the day area and all that shit, right? So it sound like, yo, listen, that shit, I don't know if it's because it's been a little minute. You know what I mean? It's been like about 2 months, 3 months since the last time he relapsed and all of that, right? But he like, I don't know if it's been a little minute, but I don't even think it's that, because I'm a mainliner. And he sniffed the joint and he was linked. You understand me? He was, like Frog said the shit could take something now. Like it could take 2 now. You know what I mean? The shit was already bagged up and all of that. I wish someone would have caught that raw. You know what I mean? Because for 200 sleeves, I'm thinking, I don't know how they was cutting they shit, how much cut, whatever, but that's at least a quarter. At least a quarter brick, maybe a half a brick to hit them niggas for, you know what I'm saying? So 200 sleeves and all of that, like if I could have caught that raw, by the time they bagged it up, it still could take something down in Charlotte. I don't know about New Yiddy. New Yiddy, it might have been right perfect for him. But you know what I mean? In North Carolina, around this time, that's when the Mexican cartels had took over heavy, right? Like they running the black tar. Black tar crazy all over the city, right? But yo, listen, if you're a real dog food head, you want that official China white. You want that ooey, that shit that look like your Timbs, maybe a little bit darker. cut that shit with the quinine, the Pete and all that, right? Cut it with the quin. I'm doing too much. But anyway, he like, yo, this shit is mean. So I'm like, yo, word, Bobby, you really getting money on your books, this, that, and the third? He goes up to his cell, comes back down, he got the printout, the receipt. And like I told you, he caught the case like 3 months ago, so this ain't his first weekend. He been coming back and forth. So I'm like, oh, word? Talks Bobby the whole shit, right? That next Friday, I ordered my little 150. Bang, because you could drop 150 every 2 days, right? I ordered my 150, bang, drop my shit. Here come Bobby, dropping the bag. Niggas in the dorm is like, fuck is going on with the, like, what's, you know what I mean? Like, I'm extorting the nigga, you know, extorting game, like my game too ill for extortion. Like, hey, son, hold that. So anyway, that shit goes on for about 4 weeks, because I'm in that joint for like a month. Bobby, oh, he in this, I'm just happy the nigga ain't OD. That's my word. Good thing he was sniffing and not mainlining. If that nigga would have been in the mainlining, that nigga might have been dead in the joint. But anyway, so bang. So they finally moved me to another joint, right? Now I'm in that joint for like a week. After you sit in Charlotte for like a month or so, if you got a case like that, they send you to the grand jury. But when you go into the grand jury, you could go before the DA and the magistrate and all of that shit and talk to them niggas. And they be like, all right, you want to go to the grand jury? But bang. While they doing this shit right here, they like, yo, they giving me options and shit, right? So I'm like, yo, what's my option? Back up. Yeah. So I'm like, yo, what's my option? My option was, what was my option? Because they asked me, that's why I said back up. So they're like, yeah, you only got caught with a bundle, like 10 bags. I tell them off top, I'm an addict. I tell them that off top, right? Listen. Word is born to Allah on everything. I've never sniffed no dog food, never shot no dog food. I don't fuck around. I barely drink. You know what I mean? Strictly greenery, you dig? Back in my 20s, I had a little episode with the candy for like about 8 months to a year. You know, during that time, Wu was like, congratulations, chef, let's celebrate and sniff 8. And all of that. I caught a bad one, right? I knew right then that shit is not for me. Them little 8 months, yo, listen, not for me. Matter of fact, I'm going to do a story about that. That's going to be one of the losses and all of that, right? But anyway, I don't fuck around. But they like, yeah, you could go to the rehab and all that. I'm like, rehab? Now I know how junkies are. When they rehabbing, the smell alone. You know what I mean? The smell alone. Then the pain and the anguish. They be moaning and screaming and all that because they stomach all tight and knotting up and shit because they can't get their shit. Nah, I don't want no parts of that. Or either they on the methadone and all. Nah, I don't want no parts of that. What's the next option? The next option was 2 years probation. I'm like, 2 years probation? I don't really want to do no probation. I like to smoke. I like to move, do what I do and all of that, right? What's my next option? My next option was the 18 months. I'm like, 18 months? Yeah, I don't want to do it. I'm a little old head now. I don't want to be on the yard, you know what I mean? But I do 18 on my dick. What, I be home in 12, 13? What? I do easy. All right, now, around this time, my lady is pregnant with my youngest boy, right? She freshly pregnant. So I'm like, damn, if I do the 18, that mean I ain't gonna be with, like, oh man, so all right, listen, let me get the 2 years probation, right? So I take the 2 years probation. All right, long story short, let's cut through the chase, right? Because we got to get to the yard. We got to get the Goldsboro and bitch ass Black. It's about him, right? So anyway, let's cut through the chase. I'm on the paperwork for like about a year, you know what I mean? I'm hustling here and there, but I'm trying to get a job, you know what I mean? Like, shit getting funky, you know what I mean? So I bounced to Philly. My Brody, Dookie Doo. Son holds me down. He always come through in the Cobra clutch, you dig? I hit Dookie Doo. Like, yo, Duke, what's good? He like, yo, he up there with Brandy. Shouted out Brandy. That's his sister and all of that. He up there with B. And you know what I mean? B family and all of that. The kids shouted out. The kids and all of that. And her husband at the time, right? At the time, her husband was the manager of this joint. You know what I mean? He like, yo, get you on right now, B. Make decent money, this, that, and the third. Like, you up here, just waiting on you. 2 days later, I was up there. So needless to say, I'm in Philly for 3 years. Like, I done branched out and moved out, got my own little shit in order. I'm in Philly for like 3 years, right? Needless to say, I violated the PO, right? So, boom, I comes back down in North Carolina like December, like right before Christmas, like a week or so before Christmas. We all through the town, me and Mom, we doing what we do all through the town and all that, right? So, boom, like The day before Christmas Eve, we riding down the street. I want to say we was on Sharon Amity or something like that. We riding the Benzo and all of that, right? We driving down the street. I passed the cop. For some reason, I'm like, yo, this nigga he got that look like he about to pull me, right? So son pulls me, right? I look at mom when he turned the lights on, like, yo, you know I got that shit from 3 years ago. I'm about to go, you know what I mean, sit it down for a minute. It is what it is, right? So they lock me up. Bang. I get locked back up. And this time I go to the magistrate or the DA, not the magistrate, DA. I already violated the PO, right? So they give me the 18 months. It's what I wanted anyway. So this is when I get the ghost bill, right? They send me up the ghost bill for processing. Now, at the time, I'm the big homie in the town, right? In Charlotte and all of that, right? And my name, as far as the stone shit, I'm the homie, the hot whatever for North Carolina, right? So my name is ringing at the time, but I done been low for a minute, you know what I mean? Like I've been on the hustle, I've been in and out of town, like I've been low, you know what I mean? For a minute, right? So plus now I gotta tell you this, you see I keep my Berry White and my Gerald Levert looking crispy, right? Ain't no down the yard, so you know the salt and pepper is all banging all crazy and all of that, right? So anyway, I'm on the yard like, niggas, as soon as I introduce myself, niggas is either like, yo, that's, or either I heard of, you know what I mean? So boom, I'm on the yard, boom, we in line. I think it's linen day, like we getting all linen, the sheets and all that shit, right? It's this bitch ass nigga Black. He in line, just woofing, talking, barking all crazy, like on this one nigga. But every time the nigga there, he ain't saying shit. But when the nigga walk off, he, you know what I mean? But all the rah-rah, I'm sick of it. It's none of my business. I violated. It's none of my business. But I'm sick of it. So I'm like, hey, yo, listen, son. Like, yo, stop all that barking. Be like every time son walk off, you ain't got shit to say. But I mean, when he here, you ain't got shit to say. But when he walk off, you barking all crazy, nigga. You bark worse than you bite, nigga. Stop the barking when he walk off. Do that shit when he here. This bitch ass nigga, he goes up in line about 3 or 4 people. That's his little homies. He start woofing all loud. Yo, these old niggas go make me do this. Tell you I got the salt and pepper. These old niggas go make me do that. But he ain't barking my handle. He ain't talking and he know my handle. These old niggas, this. I'm like, yo, listen, son. There's a lot of old niggas out here. Who you 212ing about, right? The nigga, yo, and he pipes down and all of that. So I gets my shit, I heads back to the dorm. Mind you, we in the open dorm, but the shit split, right? I fucks with this one nigga heavy, the nigga from the Bronx. My seeds live in the Bronx. He from around they side of town and all that. They was from He was from Burnside. They from Born Plate. But anyway, bam. So anyway, I fucks with Son Heavy. We talking this and the third. We play chess this and the third. So when I'm back at my dorm, I'm sitting on a joint. North Carolina lax, the little Bics, the little single-edged Bics, they let you get that, no, bam. I pop the blade out. I get my man joint, bam, pop the blade out. I take the toothbrush, take all the little, I'm doing too much. Those who know, you know. So, bam, I fix my joint up, right? So, I'm fixing my joint up. Son walks over like, yo, what you doing? Like, I'm like, yo, son, this bitch-ass nigga Black. He like, yo, I heard, but yo, listen, son, do me one. You know, I told you I had family down here, this, down, the third. That's my word. I don't even fuck with the nigga. He's a loudmouth nigga. But that's my second cousin. Like, don't blow the nigga, please, for me. No homo, like, but don't blow that nigga. Be like, please, I'ma go talk to the nigga. So he goes and talks to the nigga. This nigga copping, please. Oh, tell Sonny I don't want no problems. That third. He comes back over to me like your son said. I'm like, all right, bet we gonna let that die. Now, mind you, this bitch ass nigga, he runs a little poker table and all that shit, right? I don't know shit about poker, but he runs a little poker table. That's how he get his little money up and all that shit, right? I bang. One night we sitting down. I done got I got the little Spanish dude. He make up my setups for me. I give him the commissary. The nigga was nice, make the setups and all that, right? So I done made a big setup for everybody and all that shit, all the niggas I fuck with. This one nigga walked through, the nigga got good energy. Like he just came off the joint, finished processing, they letting him up in the joint for the first time, right? So he coming through, he got some good energy, it's late night, like the nigga look hungry. I'm one of them niggas, I'm like the Spanish niggas. You know how the Spanish niggas, when you come through, you need shoes, toothbrush, deodorant, whatever. I'm one of them niggas. We should do our people like that when we behind that wall. But anyway, soon as son walked through, I'm like, yo, son, you hungry and all that? Everybody know him because he from Rocky Mount, right? Everybody know him because it's like about 4 or 5 niggas from Rocky Mount and the bitch ass nigga Black from Rocky Mount, right? So I'm like, yo, son, you hungry and all of that? He like, yeah, son, good looking. Hit the nigga off. You need a cigarette, son? Get a nigga a little bogey and all of that. You know what I mean? He do what he do and all that, right? I bang. The nigga, this tension still going on between me and bitch ass Black, right? But now, my son then came through, shouted out Bloody P. Bloody Pat comes through, right? So when Bloody Pat comes through, right? Pat, you could tell, like, the nigga aura, like, he ain't color banging, like the nigga real homie and all of that, right? He got crazy, so he bangs through. I'm like, yo, what up, homie? You know what I mean? What you know what I mean? What that green be like, what that red be like, you know what I mean? All that good shit, right? You know what I mean? So we 212 and I don't want to give up too much. We 212 and he like, so we bang, bang, bang. So then once I say my handle, he like, oh shit, you fucks with my son. My son out of Greensboro. He called son name. I'm like, yeah. He like, yeah, I know. So me and son get tight right then, right? So bang. I called the poker shit because Bloody P, Pat play poker and all of that, right? So he at the poker table one day, this nigga Black talking greasy, like on a low though, but he don't know me and P rock like that because he be on the other side or at the other dorm. Because I forgot to tell you, the nigga Black, like he a folk nigga, right? Supposed to be some big nigga in the folk. He gave himself that though, come to find out at the end of the day. But he a folk nigga, like he turning niggas out on the yard and all that, right? So bang. He at the poker table with P talking greasy. All of a sudden you hear, BOOM! P smack fire. I don't even know I'm playing chess with my son. Like, see this nigga Black? Yeah. The nigga Black look like a fucking tornado dash or some shit. That nigga out. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, P shoot straight to me. Yo, son, listen to this shit, son. I'm like, yo, word? Say word, right? So I go... Charlotte again, they lax. They leave the mop room and all that shit, they leave it open and all of that, right? Like, what the fuck? So I runs up in the mop room. You know what I mean? Niggas is watching while I'm running, but P holding me down at the door. Gets my joint. P comes in, sees me like, yo, fuck that. He takes the handle. Bang! We make it a joint. So the nigga, when we open the door, word is bond, TAGO Grant, the homie. Salute to my G right there. I brought my son home during this incident. TAGO Grant, salute. Vouch for me. While we coming out the mop room, the nigga Black he didn't shot back in the room, but you see the nigga, he looking like this, like all nervous down the hall and shit. When he see me come out the mop room, the nigga back out to the other dorm. He going to son. Remember I told you son that came through, we go call son M. M that came through, I fed him. M one of them niggas in Rocky Mountain. Like he was feeding a lot of them niggas that's locked up. He was they plug, right? The nigga on the yard smacking niggas because they acting funny now. You know what I mean? All that shit since he on the yard, right? Niggas really don't like him, but they scared of him, right? So anyway, he shoots the motherfucking M. Boom. M tells that nigga, and this is how I know what M tells him. M tells that nigga whatever he tells him. M shoots straight to me. M like, yo, Sonny, let me holler at you real quick. I'm like, yo, it's good. He like, yo, listen, this bitch ass nigga Black just came over here talking about you blooding it out over here and you doing this and doing that, trying to get me to get at you, Rocky Mount against Queen City. And I stopped him right there like, yo, listen, son, I ain't got nothing to do with that, right? I'm a one-man fucking army. Keep it G, M was a one-man army. That's my word. He like, yo, I'm a one-man fucking army. Plus, all y'all bitch-ass niggas know me. And when I came in here, y'all niggas ain't offered me nothing. Y'all niggas ain't have nothing for me. That nigga Sonny, from day one, nigga don't know me from Adam. Yo, son, you hungry? You need a bogey? Real G shit. That's what G's do when you smell each other cologne. Respectfully. No freaky and all of that, right? Some push me on. So I'm like, yo, what? So watch the pressure game. So now I put the full court pressure game down on, right? I told you I've been blooding the yard out. The yard red now. All that folk shit dead. The yard red now, you heard? Everybody, I send my man P. I'm like, yo, listen, tell all the niggas either they go rock out or they go lay it down. You know what I mean? Niggas laid it down. I don't know shit about poker. I runs up on this nigga poker table, Black, snatch this nigga poker table and all that. Yeah, this me right now, B. Nigga, can't please you how I'ma eat it. Now you talk all that big boy shit, right? Where that big boy shit at now? He the type of nigga when I got my people sending me the pictures, told you to get fly back then. I'm all in the get fly, all linked up against the whips, my shorty bad and all of that. He went, oh yeah, I got this, I got that. Come to find out he's a fuckboy nigga who on his first bid was a church mouse. Niggas is coming to tell me the old ass like, yo, I was on the yard with this nigga pussy. You understand me? Like, they coming like, yo, please get at this nigga, son. But now you done got this fake persona, his bark worse than his fucking bite. But yo, part 3 coming. We go finish it up on the finale. Part 3. Hey, yo, shout it out. Good people, hit the like. Smash the subscribe. Touch up the little bell up in the corner and all of that, right? Hey, yo, tell a friend to tell a friend. Come rock with your boy, OG Sonny Blanco. In the infamous words of my GL compa, walk slow, talk low. You heard? Easy.
You're now tuned in to the latest, the newest, hottest show on YouTube. I got a story to tell. Hosted by your boy, OG Sonny Blanco. Fire interviews, worldly topics, and much more. Stay tuned, OG Sonny Blanco. I got a story to tell. You heard?